What's up YouTube? My name's Quickie, welcome back to the channel. I'm just doing my plans for engine mounts. I've got some machining to do. Right, so this is just an update on how we're doing on the giveaway. So if you've been watching previous videos and stuff, you'll know that this bike is going to be given away to someone who supports the channel. And we've had quite a few people jumping in. Since the last update, we've had a load more people that have just said, oh, it's payday now, I could chip in. So they've all chipped in and whatnot. And currently we've just gone past the 1,800 quid mark, which is mega. I've already bought all the big bits and stuff. So this is all the extra odds and sods that is going to be needed to get the bike finished. And I can see my way clear to doing an awful lot. So thank you ever so much for those people that have chipped in. One of you is going to get the bike at the end of the day, and I will make sure it is the very best that I can do. And I'm hoping that whoever gets it is just going to love it to bits, basically. So there are a couple of changes. You see all the names of people popping up here. These are all the people that have chipped in to support the build, and one of them is going to win the bike. That's where I want it to go, and that's where it's going, and one of these people is going to get it. The only trouble is an awful lot of graphics. It takes me ages to do a video. Like ages and ages and ages. And then once you start having to put all the different graphics and stuff in, thanking people for chipping in and whatnot, it just takes hours. So we're going to be splitting it up. So if you've chipped in, then it's these videos that you'll see your name appear in. The other videos I've always done, basically thanking the patrons, which have been supporting the channel for ages. And they are, well, they're just legends in my book. Why did I do that? I'm now mucky. So what we're going to do is, unlike the regular videos that I do of just getting on with the work, that's going to be the video where I thank the patrons. So you'll see your name pop up there, boys. But on these videos, I'm just going to be sticking up credits for those people that have actually chipped in. I did punt a message out to the patrons just asking what they wanted me to do, because it's as much their channel as it is mine, basically. They're the ones supporting all this stuff, and that's how they've said to do it. So that's basically what I'm doing. So you won't see any patrons in this one, but you will see an awful lot of people popping up here. Some of these people have chipped in a tenner. Some have chipped in more. It just means they get, extra goes at winning it, sort of thing. But everyone who's up here is going to be included in it. So it's now Tuesday the 4th. And Tuesday the 4th at like midday-ish, something like that. So as of this point, that's the people that I've seen donations from. If you're chipping in between now and when I edit it, you're not going to be in this one, you'll be in the next one. But you get the gist. I'm running a little bit behind just because of the timing and reasons and stuff like that. So I've already started putting together a shopping list. I've got a few odds and sods. I did just get another bottle of gas so I can carry on with all my welding. The new chain has turned up, and I've also started putting together a shopping list for the engine. So the engine on this, I want to go, basically potty with. I want it as nice as I can get it. Absolutely as nice as I can get it. So it's going to mean a complete strip down, split all the cases. They're all going to get painted, covers will get polished or whatever else I'm doing. There's bits in here that need to be powder coated and painted. Like all the nuts and bolts is nasty, so they're all getting replaced, and we go stainless on that one. All the bearings are going to get replaced, all the seals are going to get replaced, all the gaskets are going to get replaced. Basically we're going proper potty with it. I also want to get some plastic gauge and measure clearances and stuff like that. Just so as we're doing the rebuild, if there's something that needs to be replaced, I can identify that, or if something's looking a bit worn or whatever, I can identify that and I can just get it replaced and build just a really nice fresh engine, basically. So that's where we're going. But I've already got all the big bits. So it's like, all the forks in the front end and the swing arm and the, changing sprockets and, all that sort of stuff I've already got. We're now getting down to the little stuff. Things like wiring and that I'm not going to bother with until we get to that point. The oil cooler I think could do with being replaced and stuff. I've already got the exhaust, so you know, big bits is already there. It's the smaller stuff that you don't even necessarily see. I want to hide all the wiring. You ain't going to see any of that if I get my way. Oh, I need to get some alley as well for the airbox. I'm going to have a go at doing my own airbox. I've got an idea, but I want it to be removable and I want it to kind of look kind of cool. So, we got an idea there, but you'll have to wait and see. So at the minute, I'm getting on doing my engine mounts. I've been looking, every day I've been in here looking, and I can't find them. I know as soon as I start I'm going to find them, I just know it, but, you know, what could I do, basically? I've just got to make them, basically, that's it, that's all there is to it. If I do find them, I'll just keep them for the next one. That'd be fine, wouldn't it? Ugh. Right, so in other news, our household is now disease-ridden, yet again. Sam tested positive for COVID. She's got the big C. See, one of her mates at work, Shaz, she got it, and she's been proper poorly, and you know, Sam was knocking about with her and whatnot. And then she also went out on town on the RAS and stuff the other week, so she could have got it there. Don't really know. But she's got it. Jazz has got it as well. Sam's dad has got it. That, you know, everyone's just falling down with it at the minute. It's quite funny as well because I had an invitation to a booster. She could have even got it off Jake. He had a little bit of a cut, you know, nothing major. He was a bit snotty and a bit croaky and stuff like that. He's basically on it, but she could have had it off him. Stupidly, we didn't have any tests, so he didn't get a test. And then we've got some more tests, and then she's tested, and he's, you know, she's positive and he's fine, and that's it. I'm the only one that doesn't have it at the minute. Which I'm quite thankful for, because it wasn't nice last time I had it. So yeah, there's that going on. What else have we got going on? Oh, the van and the ZZR. Right, the ZZR, well, we'll get to the ZZR first. So, the ZZR, you know that tickety, knockety, that noise that shouldn't be there? Well, it's still there. And it's not getting any better. I've had its lid off, I've checked on my valve caps again, that's fine, I've checked my cam chain tensioner, you know, all sorts of stuff. Everything seems to be fine, as it should be, but there's this bloody noise there. And it shouldn't be there. So, I'm stuck, because it goes with engine rotation. It doesn't matter if you pull the clutch in or not, so that tension tamer, if it's going to clobber the clutch plate, it's going to do it when you operate the clutch, because that's when the pressure plate moves out. But it don't matter what you do with the clutch, it doesn't change the noise. The noise is still there, and it goes with engine rotation. You get to about 3,000 RPM, you can't hear it anymore, it's gone. To me, that sounds like a chain being permanently under tension, so it's permanently deflecting and it's not hitting something. I don't know. But there is something funky going on there. Now, what I think has happened is we killed something when we stuck it on the dyno, which is easily done. Engines blow up on dynos all the time. But because it goes with, it's got like, all the rings was gapped, and it's had a new valve in there, it's, you know, all the pistons were sized all right, blah de blah de blah. The only thing that didn't come out of the engine is the crank. Because it was just a simple reassembly job, wasn't it? And it's annoying, because when we was rebuilding the top end, I could see the crank from the top. And when I had, well, both times I had the gearbox out, I could see the crank from the bottom as well. It's the only thing that's not been out. So at some point I'm looking at another engine tear down on that. So what I'm probably going to do is during the winter, well, in a month or so's time, we were supposed to be going off on holiday for a week, but what I'm probably going to end up doing is, the van's already down here, so I'm going to spend some time getting the van, I'll probably move it forwards a bit, but I'll spend some time getting the van through its MOT. There's a load of jobs that need doing. Some of them are dead stupid, like, you know, the indicator bulb isn't quite yellow enough, stuff like that. The horn didn't work, which is just going to be a dodgy wire or dodgy. I mean, that's like, what, a couple of quid? Get on, replace it. You know, stuff like that. It does have a leaky shock, which again is really nothing. And none of these jobs is hard to do. Down there I've had a complete set of front brakes, which has been sitting in a box waiting to go on, and I just haven't had time to do it. So I think what I'm probably going to end up doing is just taking that week that we was going to be going away, getting the van sorted, because that way I can use the van instead of the ZZR, and I can just put the ZZR to one side and get to it when I get to it, sort of thing. I am having to ride it at the minute, and I am being dead ginger with it, like properly ginger with it. But it's my only form of transport. It's not a horrible knocking type noise, but it's just that noise that I don't want to have, and I don't believe it should be there. I know it's an old bike, I know they're not as quiet as modern day bikes and stuff, but it's making sounds it shouldn't make, and I want to sort it out. So at some point that's going to happen. I will probably film it, just because it's another engine teardown, and there is bugger all on ZZRs, and if I have done some damage on a dyno, it would be rather interesting to see what it is, and sort of let folks know. If I can find out why I've done it as well, or did I put something together wrong, or, which I don't think. I mean, I had a Jamie, and he's dead good at all this. Yeah, I get the sense that something has failed, and I want to find out what it is. So that's coming up. But once I've got my engine mount sorted, which should be happening this week, I'm already getting set up on the mill to do it and whatnot, and I've got a plan for the front one, so we should be good there, and that will get the engine sorted and in place. I want to see if that exhaust is going to work and what I need to do there, because I really want to see what that exhaust is going to look like with this swing arm and everything else. So he's probably going to go on next. And then I want to start having a stab at, it's either going to be the airbox, or it's going to be the seat ump and seat pan and all that malarkey. And obviously mounting the tank up properly and all that sort of stuff. I haven't really decided what I'm going to do there, but there's plenty I could be getting on with. And in the meanwhile, I'm going to start putting in orders for engine bits and whatnot, because once the fabrication is basically done, I want to have the engine out, and we're going to be doing a full-on tear down, checking everything, splitting the cases, cleaning it, painting it, blah de blah de blah. And we're going to try and make a really nice engine out of it. That's the idea. It was a really strong engine. We stuck it on a dyno, and it made really good power. You know, it was basically stock. You know, no funny noises or anything else. There was a little bit of a flat spot, as I recall, around 2.5, 3K, something like that. And that was because it was running a short stubby can, that little wish can that's up there. I have no idea what the new exhaust I've made is going to sound like or perform like or anything. But it was a good running engine, it sounded great and everything else, so really it's just a case of freshening everything up. I don't think we're going to find anything nasty in there, but it's all coming apart and it's all getting checked, because this is going to be as good as I can get it, basically. So anyway, that's it. That's an update on where we are as far as the giveaway goes. Thank you to everybody who's chipped in. Like I say, if you haven't seen your name up here, you've probably just caught me between filming this bit and doing the editing. But there is going to be one of these come out each week just to let you know what's what. As I get bits in, I'll show them to you. You can see what's coming in. And we'll just go over the plans for the bike and what I'm doing next, and we'll just have at it and get on with it, basically. So that's it. That's where I'm going to leave it for this one. Thank you ever so much for watching. Thank you so much for chipping in and supporting the build if you've already done so. If you're not interested in chipping in at all, that is absolutely fine. I'm definitely not forcing anybody to do it. If I could ask people to share that this is going on, you know, share the videos. Down in the description there is a bit about what you got to do to support the build, yeah, and all that sort of stuff. It explains everything down there. But if you do win it, I really don't mind what you do. You could sell it instantly, stick it on eBay, break it for parts, hack the back end off, make your own project, do whatever. It's going to be your bike at the end of the day. So if I could get you to share the videos, that would be a massive help. Hopefully we get some more people in, more people chipping in and watching. And it's just going to help fund to build that little bit more. But we're off to a really good start. So anyway, thank you ever so much for watching. I do hope you're staying safe, and we'll see you on the next one. Laters!